Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to this Q&A session. My name is Vladimir. I'm Customer Care Manager at Ning. And our marketing specialist, Andrew, will be helping me to moderate the chat of this session today. We have scheduled 30 minutes for today's Q&A. And the structure of this broadcast will be as follows. So first, I will go through the questions you left in the Google form that we have sent to you after a previous webinar. And some of the questions you asked, they were passed to our tech team for further investigation. And I have sent you an email regarding this, so they won't be touched during this session today. And I will keep you updated on this matter via email. After we finish with questions from that Google form, I will try to answer questions from the live chat. You will find different links also in the description to this video. Those links are related to the questions you asked. And also you will see there my email address. So some of your questions might require more details for investigation, and I might ask you to send me an email with specifics. Let's start with the questions. The first question is from Javier. Well, this is a quotation. It's the way the customer asks the question. So it can be possible to migrate from Ning 2 or 3 to Ning 4. And when will be this possible? Well, the migration from 2.0 to 3.0 and the migration from 3.0 to newer version of the product are different processes. And migration from 2.0 to 3.0, it presupposes transferring the content from one network to another, where the migration from 3.0 to a newer version is more like an integration. So the tools of a newer version will be integrated with your current 3.0 network, and this process will be more automated than the migration from 2.0 to 3.0. And this integration with Ning 3.0 will be available shortly after the official launch of a newer product. It is hard to tell the exact time frames at this moment, but approximately it will be ready by the end of this year, beginning of the next year. There could be some unexpected issues that might delay this process, but we will definitely let you know, and we'll keep you updated on this matter. Let's go to another question from Sanjeev. Sorry, I missed the webinar. Well, no worries. You can view it on our YouTube channel, and the link is in the description to this broadcast. And it was a very brief overview of SEO, and we are planning to make a series of webinars on this topic since it requires a lot more attention. And we will notify you upfront about upcoming live events. Next question from Alfonso. If I decided to, could I still transfer my 2.0 site to 3.0? If so, what features would I lose in the transition? Thanks in advance. Well, thanks for your question. Well, sure, you are able to migrate your website to 3.0. It is currently, it is possible to migrate all types of content. We will talk in more details about the process of migration when answering other questions, similar questions. And what is better about newer version of Ning? Actually, we made a webinar a couple of months ago about this topic, and the link is in the description, so you can watch this webinar. But just to quickly summarize, the 3.0 version is more advanced in terms of design. So you will have more themes, more tools to customize the appearance of your network. You will have a landing page builder. That is a very handy tool. It's a very advanced tool for building landing pages. So, for example, if we examine this test network, you will see that there is a landing page. that could serve as a home page as an entrance for your network. Also, you will have a better control over the network and content structure. So if we examine the sign-in pages section, here you can customize each page of your network separately. So you define the layout and the position of different features inside on each page separately. You are able to have multiple feature instances. So for example, you can see there is blog feature here, so you can add one more blog feature or as many as you need. Let's say nature. You're able to add different categories of content. So it could be categories for blog content or for video or any other type of content. So let's say like forests, like oceans. So which means that when adding or like editing the blog on your network, members will be able to put the relevant article to the article to the relevant category. It will help to structure the content on your network, and it will help an end user to be able to find more easily the topics that this user is interested in. So also you will have the granular control over the visibility and contribution permission for each feature on your network. So you can define who can contribute to the page. You can check who can view the page based on the member category. Also, the 3.0 is mobile compatible by default, which is crucial nowadays, since the most traffic comes from the mobile devices, and it is very important that you have your network fit nicely on different screen sizes. Also, mobile responsiveness is one of the major factors that search engines takes into consideration when ranking your network. And 3.0 also more advanced in terms of SEO, since SEO and SEO criteria changes over time. Ning 2.0 was not updated in this direction for a long time, where Ning 3.0 is being updated constantly. And what is lacking currently, moderator role on 3.0 is absent. So on 2.0 you had a moderator role where this is a specific category of members that have the option to content moderation, content management only. On Ning 3.0 you have only admin roles, and that are a bit more advanced than just the content moderations. And admins on Ning 3.0 will have access to social site manager, design studio, members management, and content management. We do understand that this feature is important, and that is something that we are planning to implement in the future, but currently it's not here. Members advanced search is not available yet. It is a search that allows you to find members by different criteria, by answers to profile questions that you define here. Again, but as a way around, you can use some member categories where each category could represent a certain criteria, certain searchable criteria. And if we examine a members page, you can see here this category of business members and category of clients and paid users. So there is a certain degree that allows members to filter through the entire member list to find a relevant category of people. Also, GIFs are not available, and an ability to customize a member's page is different. So, so now as an admin, you define the layout and the positioning of different features on the member on the members page for other people for other members of your network. So you define the layout, and so what's left for the members is they still have certain degree of customization when they're able to upload the profile photo and the cover photo. And also there is a members customizable HTML block available. It could be added through add content. Here is members customizable HTML. And here members can post some like whatever information they want, like any video files, any text files, any pictures, etc. So let's move to another question from Zevdi2. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Spam problem, get on my site. Well, there are different precautions you can take to avoid the risk of spamming. Well, the first thing that you can do is to enable CAPTCHA during the registration, or put some sign-in question. And also you can force members to verify their email address during the registration. So it won't be possible to create profiles on your network automatically after that. Also, you can approve members before they can join your network. And also you can approve content before it appears on the network. So let's say you wish to approve blogs on your network. There is an option inside in pages section. You can find this option here. Just click it, and whatever is added on this page will be shown in the content management first. And you will see, you can read this article before making a decision whether you wish to approve it or not. And also there is an inbuilt spam filter that blocks spam content automatically, and it sends this content to this spam folder that for you to check. Let's jump to another question. Knew nothing about the latest webinar in SEO from Venanti. Well, I'm not really sure why this happened, because we notify our customers about upcoming events via email, via posts on our social channel, and posts in our creator networks. We send email a week before the event, then 2 or 3 days before the event, and then another email like 30 minutes before the event. And also we check the email address you mentioned, and it was in our email list. And we noticed that the message regarding this webinar was delivered to your inbox. Maybe it got into your spam. Well, please check if your email provider considers messages from hello@Ning as a spam. I've added the email, this email to the description of this video. This is our broadcast email that we use to notify you about different events and novelties. Another question from Risto. When shall the translation to Finnish will be done? Well, thanks for your question. At this moment, it is not on our roadmap for the nearest future. I've passed your feedback to our product team, and once there will be any update on this question, we will let you know. However, it is possible to use a language editor to create your own translation. So if you go to Social Site Manager, we can open the language editor, and here we can create a translation based on one of the available languages that we have. So let's say it's English language, so we can do like this. So in the left column, we will see the list of all standard words and word combinations that are being used on the network. And in the right column, you can write the translation to these sentences. So this way you can create your own translation, and your network will be completely translated in the end. So let's go to another question. How do we upgrade to the newest version of Ning? From Jody. Well, the first step of migration process is to create a new network. Like, to do this, you could go to your ning.com account or need.com and start a trial. So you'll be asked to name your network, to choose a URL, to agree with terms and conditions. And on the last stage, you will be prompted to enter card details or PayPal details to activate the trial. You won't be charged on this stage, and you will have a 14 days trial to prepare your network for migration. You can email me and we can schedule a call where I could walk you through the new platform and show you how it could be managed. And once your network is set for the migration, you can just send a confirmation email to migration@nin.com. So the email of this email also in the description. The process of migration could take from a couple of hours to a couple of days, depending on the volume of data to be transferred. Once the migration is completed, we will notify you about this to check everything, if everything is in place, and then we can switch your domain to your new network. Also, you could check the platform overview webinar. The link is in the description to this video as well. So let's go to another question from Vinanti. Will there be a systematic transfer from 2.0 to 3.0? By systematic, I guess you meant automatic in this context. Well, since the migration process is a process of transferring the content from one network to another, and the new network should be prepared for this first. It means that you would need to set up the design and the pages and the menu structure first. And also, it is better to let your members know upfront about this so they know what to expect, since all your members would need to log into a new network using the same credentials, because they will be locked out after migration. It would be wrong for us to simply migrate the content to a new network without it being ready. That is why the migration process could not be done completely automatically, and each migration case is it should be under our supervision, and also we need to be synchronized with you to ensure that everything goes smoothly, everything got transferred, and to avoid any issues. So it's kind of a semi-automated process that requires our mutual involvement. Well, that's it with the questions you have sent to us for now, and I'm ready to answer your questions from the live chat if you have any. I'll ask my colleagues to provide me with questions. The question from the great members will be locked out. Well, members after the migration, since migration is about transferring the content like from one network to another, and you will be using your new network after the migration is finished. So the members will have to log into that new network. The password and the email that they used will be the same, but they will need to log in. They don't need to reset their passwords. The question from Reverend Tim George. Hi, how will this change affect the monetization of the network? I'm not entirely sure how your current monetization flow is set up on your network, but on 3.0 you have advanced tools for monetizing the network's entrance. So I would suggest you watching the e-commerce webinar where I showed you in more details how the e-commerce tool works. And in general, you are able to, with e-commerce, you're able to monetize access to the network. You're able to collect donations. You're able to set up the paid access around some particular portions of the network, some specific content, or you are able to charge your members for access to some groups on your network. Also, it is possible to set up multi-level membership on the network where different member categories will have different permission levels based on their page status. So all these topics I covered in details in the webinar on e-commerce that you can find on our YouTube channel. So the message from the sailingchannel.tv. Is there a way to auto-post photos included in the blog into the photos section of the site? So I guess you meant when you create a blog, the photo that you add to the blog, like here, as an attachment. If that's your question, I'm afraid it's not possible. But I will pass your feedback to our product team. Maybe we can implement this feature in the future. So the question from Thug, Nasty, Booty, and Bits. Will there ever be a way to see how many members are online on your network? Well, it's a good question, and it's a valid point. Since we received a lot of similar feedbacks, we do plan to implement this feature in the future to make it more clear how many members are online. The only indicator that is available now is a chat. So you can use the chat feature to see who is online. Let me check. Like this. So there will be a list of all members of your network, and you will see that there will be like a green box next to a green circle next to the avatar of the member. So that way you will know that this member is online. But other than that, there is no indication. And thanks for your question. Do you have any other questions? Another question from Thug, Nasty, Booty, and Bits. Miss the old chat room format. Well, indeed, the old chat was more sophisticated in the sense of displaying who is online. But the platform is constantly being developed, and more likely that this feature will be implemented in the future. So there's another question from the Sailing channel. So all photos must be added manually to the photo section. Yes, it would be nice to have an option to post videos from blogs. What's on your mind on photos? Well, as I've told you, I've already I will pass your feedback to our product team for future enhancement, and once it's gonna be ready, so we will let you know. We will send you also an email. regarding our plans on this feature implementation. So the question from Steve Zirkin. Vladimir, can add administrator do everything on the side? It's never even occurred to me that there wouldn't be moderators. Yeah, Steve, thanks for your questions. Yeah, yes, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's was one of the questions the member asked in that Google form. So the role of administrator is more advanced than the role of moderator on your network. So the administrator will have access, or will have almost the same access as a network creator, except administrator won't have access to the e-commerce and some of the tabs in the social site manager, such as third-party integration, domain mapping, legal documentation. So, but we do understand that this feature is really important to have, and it's a good chance that it's going to be implemented in the future. Do you have any other questions? Well, as we can see, there are no questions, and I really do appreciate you coming to this webinar. I do appreciate your time. I hope it was useful for today. And we'll make another questionnaire regarding this event, and we'll send you we'll send it to you, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. And if some of your questions were not addressed in full, you can email me. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.